and welcome to the graveyard that is Good Game Empire AU1. Now, this is my first video, so I don't really know what I'm doing too much, but I'll be going through the current state of the server, having a look at all the top alliances, and I guess going through their members. So we'll start off, we'll just have a look at the top 10. So in the number 1 spot we have the Alchemists here. Pretty big alliance. A couple of big names in there. We've got Freydis, who wins every event she wants to. We've got Stu, who's a PvP god. We have Orby and Devil's Whiskey, who make up half of the server. We got Bald Avenger, who was in his prime really good, but is retired now. We've got Donkey Dong, I'm sure that's a real person. Chris 23, he's another good war player. Or a devil, that's another very real person. Who else do we have? I skipped over Lesky, didn't I? Where is Lesky? There's Lesky. Lesky's probably the best war player on the server right now. We also have Sanctuary 1, led by Charlotte. Charlotte's a very nice player. Pretty good. And we have Venom, who I would say is the second best war player on the server. Oh no, so Maxi's probably the second best war player. Venom comes in third. Who else do we have? We've got Liam Z, Ginger Pubes. Pubes is retired now. Who else? Dimos, he's a pretty shit player. He's birded. Nothing really special about him. Who else do we have here? Got A80. That's a very real person. I do see DDCO is in the stats too. That's a very real person. Talk, that looks like another legitimate person, but Sanctuary one's pretty good. Then we have the bird cloaks. We have Steve P, who is birded. Mushy, who is birded. Zav, who doesn't do anything. He just stations troops and wipes shitters. Got Famous John, who is birded and likes to use fire castellans in war. He's a smart guy. We also have Monks, who's birded. Tomorrow, when the war began, who is delusional and birded. Orion 21, who is open gated everywhere. Kal-El's birded. Arnie Sue's birded. Retired's birded. Chop's birded. Chop. Who else? We've got Scanderbeg, who is birded. He was my line leader for a while. Timmy Doomguy is birded. It's a sad state of affairs when old Timmy's birded. But yes, and then my alliance, Black Souls, we have Foreskin Cone, who is an absolute beast. He's been back in the game for maybe a month, and he's at 100 million might and topping the loot leaderboard every week. I've got Mazikeen, who has been in the game for a very long time. She was the leader of Black Dragons, which Black Souls was originally. Yeah, Sandy's very good. I've got Josh Fair, who has been back in the game slightly longer than Cone. He's another very good player. He's been dominating Stormcloaks in the war. Cicero U, who is the GOAT. Nightmare, who is a very real person, along with Nobody. Mitch on Crack. Demasty Boy, who got caught offline, but he's been rebuilding. Man, very good player. Godric, who is a real person. There's me. We've got Hero Steve, who used to be in Stormcloaks. We've got Neptune, who is the goat. Orphan Hunter, who is even more of a goat than Neptune. OTG, who is the #1 Storm player on AU1. And yeah, that pretty much sums up. We've got T-Ranger and Oceans here, both very nice players. Enadu, which is an account I made to steal Godric's name. Not that Godric tomorrow when the war began. We've got Slayer, who gets wiped a lot. And that pretty much, we've got Memento AS, who is probably the hard carry of Black Souls. But yeah, that sums it all. We've got Spidey here too. But so basically, these 3 alliances, and we're normally number 3 because Stormcloaks are glitching right now. Orion's does not have that much might. We're all at war against Stormcloaks because those top 2 alliances got sick of Enadu Godric tomorrow when the war began. So they wiped it in the middle of the night and wiped all the Stormcloaks because they were making threats. And since then, Stormcloaks have gone and declared on Metal Masters, Black Angels, and us Black Souls, just to get a couple of cheap reports. But we've come back swinging at them since then and forced all of their members but Zave into Bird. So it's pretty sad for them that they're getting punched up like that. Very unfortunate. I've got a report here now. Zave, he had his stuff stationed. Someone destroy, come at him. So let's see if I managed to pop a granary or anything. If you have a look at his main castle, he's had a couple of granaries popped recently. There we go. But yeah, so if we have a look at Zave's main now. Unfortunately, I didn't manage to pop a granary this time. But you can see. You can see he's got level 2, level 17, level 2, level 2. But yeah, so he's had a couple popped, which is pretty good. That's what we like to see. We managed to pop a granary on Enadu in the first day of the war, which was pretty satisfying, watching it go pop on his outpost. I don't know if you noticed, I think he may have starved some troops off after that. But yeah, that's the top 4 alliances. Now, as you can see, Stormcloaks, they only have 20 members, which isn't a lot. They originally had 60, but since the war has started, probably 20 jumped ship to join United Alliances, where they have a real leader. And the rest of them, they got booted by Stormcloaks and have ended up mostly in United Alliances. So here, this is the current number 5. We have Jose9, who is undoubtedly the strongest leader on the server. We've got Big Paul, Mighty Scotty, he's a chatty fellow. You can never get him to shut up. He's always cracking jokes. And that's everyone who's relevant from UA pretty much, except for Triple. Triple is quite big on the US server. We have Metal Masters, who got declared on. Who do they have here? They've got Mooch as the leader right now. Chadson is in crown rotation. Who do we have? Yeah, they've lost quite a few. players and dropped a lot of mites. So Max a lot. He's a very funny guy, very nice guy. Yeah, they've lost a lot of might and players since the war, but they weren't really a war alliance. They're just friends with alchemists. But yeah, Stormcloaks, they just like to get cheap shots and flakes reports from offline players. We have the Boommasters now. Boo is a pretty chill alliance. A lot of them went to metal. This is Xantus is pretty much is the one who carries them mostly. But John's nice as well. And then we have Snake Eyes. These little they were stealing our Aqua Islands in Storm, so we had to sort them out. There's Fangs, I think renamed, but he's quitting the game, and a lot of their players got wiped down. Like Pup here, he was a deputy, and he had, I think he was 5 mil might, but he got wiped down, and he's rejoined, as you can see. But the best they could promote him to was War Marshal without Fangs. But yeah, so they got sorted out. They had a lot more might earlier, but it just shows what happens when you try and mess with us. It was a good display. We have Royal Alliance, the leader MacArthur Saint. Mac was in United Alliances, but he was too outclassed by Jose, so he had to go back to his home alliance. A lot of people went with him. They're pretty chill. They don't really do too much. Yes, we'll see what that message I got was. Oh, it's from Josh. He's been sending a lot of destroy commanders. Stealing a lot of mead. Let's see. 100,000 mead, 100,000 honey. It's pretty good, pretty good. I might send a hit on that too. If I can find where my loot commander is, I've reorganized all my stuff. As you can see, I got the attack horn there, but that is just that's just a barbarian incoming. Now, who are we looking for? Slate detection. No. That must be. No, that's not. That's alright, com. That's my number 2 PvP one. No, that's number 3. Yeah. We should have a loot com here somewhere. This will do. I'll yank a couple of those resources. Just keep them prepared. I might make him spin rubies and close gates. That will do. And yeah, not too much else going on in the server. All of the cloaks birded up, and they aren't really doing anything. So it's just us sitting around waiting for them to come out of birds so we can abuse them, like Moshi did a while ago, but she's birded back up again now. Let's have a look at Moshi. She and Cicero had bit of 1v1. So, as you can see, she has no outposts. That is because Cicero moved on her outposts and she relocated and tried to drop them all, but he managed to yoink one. And we have, she moved on 6 posts and the leader of Team Punishment. But she pretty much moved there to get wiped when she wasn't open gated. And open gate, she was mostly open gate. But in the rare moments that she wasn't, she probably lost 500,000 troops, which was pretty sad just from getting wall wiped, not to mention all the other stuff. She'd occasionally hit his empty castles, but she sent one hit on his main and he lost 200 units defending it. So it was a pretty sad result. As you can see here, I have an enemy outpost on me, Famous John, Mr. Fire Castellan. So we'll see, hopefully, he's in Stormcloaks when his bird ends, because then I'll get to have a bit of fun. How much longer is that? 30 days. I'll send him some resources, help him put the fires out. Yeah, just let him know that I'm there. I've not gone anywhere. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's one other thing. We'll check in with my cousin Inadu. It's my little cousin. He's playing on this account. He's definitely a real person. So he actually sent a capture on the main outpost. Inadu puts his troops at for easy access. And I don't know, I forgot I sent it. But it was just sitting there and it went through. So that was a great success. Here we have another player in the war, El Nadu. It's a funny guy, tricking people into thinking that he's Godric. But yeah, that's pretty much AU1 right now. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. I might post some battle reports from Stormcloaks and Snake Eyes Wars. There's not enough to do just one video, or there's not enough to do 2 videos, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah.